The reason I kept pushing is I thought it was gonna get wider, but as I'm getting closer I realized it's an illusion. The water was just so calm and still above me that it was reflecting the ceiling off, and it just looked like a way bigger space. But it's continuing to narrow down. If it floods at all, I'm done for.
How awesome is cave diving? Dislocating shoulders just to move an inch in this cave that can't be any taller than the average boner? What fun! I mean, of all the ways to alleviate your stress from the everyday bullshit we encounter, I can't think of anything better than cave diving to get rid of that stress. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Yvng Cantaloupe. And today, well, you know what we're reacting to today. We're talking about... If you don't know what cave diving is, fret not. I'll explain it right now. Cave diving is pretty much an activity in which you crawl in spaces that you have no business crawling in. These are people that are pretty much cosplaying rats. And if you didn't know, rats have the uncanny ability to fit in holes that they really have no business fitting in, because I guess their bones are really non-existent. I don't know how they do it, and I really don't care because I don't want to see rats all over my monitor, so I'm not going to look into it. But that's pretty much what cave diving is. Now you might be asking yourself, Yvng Cantaloupe, why the fuck would anyone subjugate themselves to such horrific torture? I don't know. These people are what I call professional white people. Which may get its own video one day if you guys want that. I honestly can't believe that there are still people out there that want to cave dive even after the Nutty Putty cave incident.
A man was exploring the Nutty Putty cave in 2009, and he wanted to go through one of the tightest stretches called the birth canal. As he was going through it, he noticed it was extremely tight, but he had researched this part of the cave, and he knew that if he just kept squeezing in, he would safely make it through. However, he didn't realize that earlier on, he made a wrong turn and was actually in a different, uncharted part of the cave. This stretch was so tight that the man became stuck upside down. They tried to rescue him for 27 hours, but he eventually passed away, and the cave was permanently sealed as his tomb.
27 fucking hours the man was upside down in that bum-ass cave, chat. The man probably couldn't see anything. I doubt he could move his arms. Imagine being stuck in that cave, realizing you just went the wrong way, a cave you had been researching for an extensive amount of time, and then all of a sudden you feel 8 legs crawl on your face. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the spider or any insect just crawling around on you, and you can't even scratch your face, and you're telling me people are still going out of their way to explore these fucking caves? Again, it's these professional white people, guys. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Yvng Cantaloupe, do you have some sort of vendetta against them? Absolutely not. Professional white people is my favorite genre of YouTube videos to watch. This is the type of stuff that I know I would never do, at least willingly. I would probably need a gun to the back of my head in order to go in that bum-ass cave, and even then I might still have some reservations. You would probably have to use that weapon. Not like shoot, but you'd have to pistol whip me, so I know that you're serious. But I would never do any of these things. Climb a mountain, go through this cave that's been unexplored, go through a cave in the water. I would never do any of that stuff, so I look to the professional white people of the world to make content on these things that I know I'd never do.
These guys were exploring a dark cave with an old map from the 1970s. At first, everything seemed fine, but then they came across a passage that was way too narrow.
They've gone further on the maps, like way further.
Are you sure this is the way? It doesn't even look like you can go underwater. It's wide enough.
I mean, if there's a rope going in there.
Fuck it. Doesn't seem like one can really fit in there, but there's a rope, so... I mean, we're just really risking our lives, so what's the worst that can happen, right? I love it, man. I love it.
But there was a rope leading into it, so they decided to keep going. That's when things started to go wrong.
Is he under? Are you going, Jacob?
Oh, he just bailed.
Yeah, Jacob, respectfully, we would have to run the 30 after that. I mean, if you're gonna put yourself in a situation like this, you can't be panicking, dog. You are literally choosing to cave dive. You have to be aware of these circumstances you're putting yourself into. You're gonna panic like that, brother, when we're in... that water looked deep as shit, first of all. I don't know if they're crawling, if they're actually swimming. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. But you can't be moving around like that, Jacob, like we 6 years old in the community swimming pool? No! Come on, bro. Act like you've been here before, Jacob. God damn it. You're good. Yeah, bro don't look good. He does not look good at all. What the fuck is going on with his hands over there? I mean, where's his head at? If his hands are right, where the fuck is his head at? Jacob, listen, I don't want y'all to think I'm saying it's crazy to be freaking out in a situation like that. Absolutely not. If it was me, that's all I'd be doing is freaking out. But I'm saying since Jacob has voluntarily placed himself in this situation, I'm thinking Jacob's got some experience. You know what I mean? I'm thinking Jacob's got some stripes on his helmet here. And if you got some stripes, Jacob, a panic attack cannot be happening in the middle of the most dangerous part of the trip. They're talking about, Jacob, you're all right. My boy is throwing up the same exact gang signs Tua Tagovailoa threw up when the Bengals sacked him and he had that seizure. Bro does not look good at all. Prayers to Tua, though. I hope he does very well with the Falcons. Wasn't meant to be a joke against Tua. Just a reference, that's all.
Luckily, they managed to calm everyone down and get out safely.
And then everyone's just like, fuck yeah, dude. Same time next week, we're going to a bigger... Well, it wouldn't be bigger. We're going to a tighter, more dangerous cave next time. Jacob... don't be a pussy this time.
So right now I'm breathing out. Okay, so I'm coming up out of this, and if I get stuck, I have this rock with me, such that I can pop up some of these knuckles, which made it very hard to get into.
This shit genuinely could be a torture method. If you threaten to put me in a situation like this, I would tell you whatever you wanted to know. I would do a lot of things for you if you threatened to put me in that shit, bro. My boy dedicated his entire day for that specific moment right there. When bro puts his head on his pillow at night, he chooses to dream about being in that very situation you saw right there. That's his life, bro. I've seen so many clips of that dude in particular just breaking every ligament in his body to crawl through these tiny ass spaces to look at some rocks. You have to admire the dedication. Like, my boy is doing a phenomenal Alaskan bullworm impression, but at the same time I watch it and I'm like, fuck, dog, I'm starting to panic a little bit. And then I realize, obviously, that I could stand up, I could move around, I'm good in this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro over here, he can't move shit. I be stretching on them when I watch these videos to kind of stun a little bit, you know. It makes me feel good. You know, like they're in that situation and I get to watch the hard work that they put in to get that footage. So W, bro, but at the same time, man, I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious what it is that excites them to want to do this. Like, being confined in such a tight space, that's like being buried alive, dog. Like, well, no, it's not, because you're not suffocating. I don't know. What's the air like down there, bro? Oh my God. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
The following story took place in January 2014. When a group of cave explorers set out to conquer Lost John's Cave in Lancashire, England. This impressive cave system stretches for about 3 miles, with known depths reaching around 700 feet. Most of
3 miles of crawling like a fucking ant. Ants don't crawl. 3 miles crawling like a goddamn snake in these tiny ass, narrow ass passageways, and you gotta descend 700 feet. I didn't know that they had ranked cave diving, because if they do, this is clearly a platinum level cave you gotta dive in. These motherfuckers got the fucking descending gear. They got the water. They got the little floods going on. Nah, bro.
The team had years of caving experience behind them, and, like many seasoned explorers, they were confident in their abilities. They carefully prepared for the expedition, studying maps, planning their route, and packing the necessary gear. But in the world of caving, there is a brutal truth. When something goes wrong, no amount of planning can guarantee safety. Even the most experienced explorers can find themselves in life-threatening situations. That is exactly what happened to one member of the group.
Like, bro, taking it from the back, from the biggest nigga in the prison yard. Nah, dog. I can't even imagine the amount of panic that settles into you when you realize I'm stuck. Like, I'm stuck in this cave that fucking took 4 hours to get to at this part, and the rain's starting to flood, the cave's starting to flood. Fuck that, dog. Honestly, look at his ear, too. Ah!
Bob Johnson. At first, the expedition went smoothly. The team moved deeper into the cave, using their equipment to overcome each obstacle. But everything changed when they reached a section known as the Tube, an extremely narrow passage that required crawling forward on their stomachs.
No, bro. The minute you see that water, bro, you should have said, fuck it. We had a good run, but it's time to go. It's not worth it. It's the minute you all saw that water, bro, it should have been done. The decision should have been finito, bro. It should have been go home, watch some Netflix, wait for the next day. But obviously not.
To make matters worse, part of the passage was filled with water, making visibility and breathing even more difficult. Despite the dangerous conditions, the group decided to continue. The thinnest member went first and managed to squeeze through. Bob Johnson went next, and he was far less fortunate. At first he made steady progress through the tube, but soon he began to struggle, even in the slightly wider sections.
Oh my gosh, bro. I'm starting to panic.
Somehow he reached the narrowest part of the passage, and that's where his luck ran out.
Fuck, bro.
He became completely wedged from the waist down, and every attempt to free himself only made things worse.
Fuck, bro.
Being stuck
And
in
he's
such a
blocking the
tight
water.
space is already horrifying. The feeling of solid rock squeezing your body, the walls closing in. You can't move. You can
I gotta
barely
get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up myself, bro. I gotta. Everyone, take a couple minutes. Get up. You know what I'm saying? Understand that you not in that situation Bob himself is in. Fuck me. God damn, bro. That shit sounds horrible.
breathe, and panic begins to creep in. For Bob, the nightmare was just beginning. On top of being trapped, he now had to face a far more terrifying threat: rising water.
Yeah.
Water makes any caving trip infinitely more dangerous. In a dry cave, even if you get stuck, at least you have time to think, time to plan. But when water starts rising, the situation becomes deadly within minutes. Imagine freezing water slowly climbing up your body while you are trapped in solid rock, unable to move. The terror is indescribable. Bob knew he had only a short time before drowning became a real possibility, and he fought desperately to free himself. But the water soaked through his clothing, making him heavier, and his escape attempts even more hopeless. Just when the situation seemed completely hopeless, one of the team members had an idea. The idea that would ultimately save Bob's life.
Yeah, it looks tight. Billy, I get it. Pull it!
Instead of trying to push him forward, the team members behind him began carefully pulling him back the way he came, and it worked. Bob was finally freed, though his ordeal was far from over. Later, he shared in the comments that he and the two teammates who rescued him had to crawl for another 3 hours to escape the cave through an alternative route. This incident left such a deep psychological scar that
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Imagine nearly drowning to death in that tiny ass passage, and now you gotta crawl 3 hours for some alternate route that you didn't initially plan on going. 3 hours, bro. You have it in the back of your mind. I might not be able, the same shit might happen to me again, bro. Oh my gosh.
Bob says he can't watch the footage from that day without experiencing severe anxiety.
I don't blame Bob. I do not blame
This
him.
unsettling video was filmed by Jacob, an experienced explorer obsessed with uncovering the secrets of abandoned mines. For nearly 20 years, he had descended into forgotten tunnels, documenting his journeys and sharing the hidden history of these places with his viewers. But this time was different. This time he encountered something he would never forget. On the cold, rainy evening of December 5th, 2017, Jacob drove down a dark, deserted road toward another abandoned mine, unaware of what awaited him underground.
Okay, that's the portal to the Waldeck mine. I'm inside. The wind has kind of died down a little bit and it's not raining, so I managed to stay dry. Of course, I'm inside this little alcove kind of, but anyway, you come down this little incline path and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out. Let's get in here.
At first, everything seemed normal, almost calm. But the deeper he ventured, the stronger a strange feeling of unease grew inside him as he passed beneath rotting wooden beams, barely holding back the crushing weight of the earth. After more than 15 minutes of walking, something strange appeared on camera.
We're going to take this branching tunnel that we skipped on the way in.
Wait a minute. Did you just see the white light appear further down the main haulage tunnel in the dark on the right-hand side? Okay, wait, let me look.
On the way in.
Kind of. Wait a
We're going
minute.
to take this branching tunnel that we skipped on the way in.
A little bit. I don't know if that was a reflection, though. But I do see what he's talking about.
I'm assuming that X means a dead end or somebody died.
A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel, like a distant flashlight beam.
I peeped that.
Though Jacob didn't notice it at the time, moments later,
what the fuck was
disturbing
that?
sounds began to echo through the tunnel. Soft, whisper-like noises coming from somewhere just out of
I
sight.
hope Jacob has a gun with him.
Do you hear that? Sounds like, what, is that wind?
That is not no fucking wind, bro. Those are people talking, bro. That's one thing we did not discuss in these fuck-ass tiny caves, bro. Haunted caves. Could you imagine being in them tiny crawl spaces and that bitch is haunted? I'm saying a few of them bitches gotta be haunted, bro. They gotta be haunted. You can't tell me someone didn't go in them caves, die, and haunt that bitch, bro. Absolutely not. That is not even something I had considered before embarking on this journey of understanding the cave diving experience. That changes the whole thing, bro. That makes it infinitely more wild that these people do this shit. They go in these abandoned caves that probably have a couple bodies to their name, a few caps to their names, and they just crawling in them like it's nothing, bro. They're probably haunted as well.
I don't know if you can hear that on the camera.
Listen to that.
Do you hear that?
Bro, Jacob, get your gun and run.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but
Jacob, that is a person.
that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here.
Thank you.
And head back out to the portal. That was weird. I think I keep hearing something. That was strange. I hear the air blowing here. Wow. I'm getting out of here, and you can really hear that airflow. I'm getting out of here and heading home.
Uneasy,
Please.
Jacob
Please go
turned
home.
back toward the entrance. But on his way out, he noticed another tunnel he had missed before, and cautiously decided to investigate.
The fuck is that?
Here.
Why is that thing moving, bro? Jacob? Jacob?
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not.
Inside, steel chains hung from the ceiling, ordinary at first glance, until he saw one of them slowly swaying back and forth, as if someone had just touched it. That was enough for Jacob. Realizing he was not alone, he immediately left the mine and never looked back. To this day, he still has no explanation for what happened in that tunnel. It remains an unsolved mystery.
That was a demon. That was a demon. You can exhale. It's finally over. We can finally now relax. The anxiety's gone. We're not in those caves like those poor individuals. Or, I mean, I don't know if you can really call them poor individuals because they wanted to go and they wanted to go through that. But man, oh man, am I so happy to be staying in a nice enclosed shelter with ample room to get up, walk around, stretch, and move my neck around. Seeing those videos really puts it all into perspective. You know, you really take things for granted, but that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you have not. Hit up that comment section as well and let me know what you want me to make a video on next. And also, please check out my other socials. Those will be in the description below, so check that out. And until the next time.